Alrighty. Says my phone is online. I mean, my stream on my phone is online. Hello, all time travelers that are watching from the future. I am Tidbit. I do art, I do voices, I play games, and we are currently playing through the Apollo Justice trilogy of Ace Attorney. We are currently on Game 6, Case 2. We had to cut it off last week because it went on for 5 hours. But now we're back. And I just realized I should have looked at the other stream to remember the voice of the actual Mr. Rees. Yeah, let me go grab that while this music is really good. Show. He was but a fan. Okay, so it's like this, just, you know, cool and chill.
Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi.
Yeah. Very well, then. On with the show. Are you watching that magnifique Grammaire? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Gray Mirror line will be no more. The perfect alibi. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on our TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is. A simple, perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. Do you understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed the murder? His staff did say he was there at the station. So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi. But that can't be right. If Mr. Raytons is the killer, he had to have been at the theater. There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I assure you, there are no holes on Mr. Rios' stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest. And my real alibi. Magic's not real. Wait. Yeah, didn't boss say something about having a Magitama or something? Yeah. Yeah, I think magic might be real. Trucy's in over her head if this is all true. Beep, beep, beep. Hold it! But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see, my journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? Oh, allow me a stab at reading your mind. Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes killing the victim?
How the...
But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver is a big fan of the Ratings Raja. I even gave him my card. He gave the driver his card. It was very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident. I was busy working on a TV program.
Hold it!
What was the other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. One moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. It's Raiden Raja's special production, ya hang loose, baby! It's called Desperation Regeneration. He's switched personas just to say that? Ugh. What's the show about? Washed up has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chumps you washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? Might I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? We have met today, Nayuta. What are you talking about? As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. And let the Raiden Raja produce my TV debut, not in this lifetime. Maybe as a beetle, though. You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. You could even, like, stream it on the internet if you were really savvy enough. Who would ever watch that? Looking down at the chat right now, about 3 people. Really? Huh. Apparently the chat filter re-enabled. Hey, wait, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during the Penrose performance. Do ask my staff if you question that claim.
Hold it!
How do we know these staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? I thought you said there was no tricks, no gimmick. Yes, but there is a way to do it. Remember when Simon and Athena, you just met today? Sure. I had no idea. So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover him, he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's really how perfect it is. Almost like we're looking at the wrong time. All has been revealed to you now? Oh, has all been revealed. I don't do double takes.
Hold it!
I've got it! Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe. Again with the twin business? You think the audience would let you get away with using that same gimmick twice in a row? If you do not believe him, Defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I am sure your efforts will provide to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twin theory is a little far-fetched. I mean, there's, like, totally not any twins that know the Ratings Raja. Phoenix's perfect foil, Miles Edgeworth. Athena's perfect foil, Athena. And Trucy's perfect foil, this fucking guy.
His alibi is really airtight. Now, do you want to take that again?
No.
And I believe we have heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident.
You meant Aura. Ah, that makes way more sense. One person who can hear people's emotions, one person who disregards people's emotions. Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have been dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your honor's head.
What? It is? We're reusing my animation for when there's a bird on my head, just for this joke. Resourceful.
The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo! Trucy will be thrown in prison and will be out of a job. If you catch tasty fishies, please sell me some at a good price. I told you I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Think justice. You have to figure this out. Athena going to law school while Aura never steps foot in a court. Ugh, it's no use. Can't find a single flaw. So what now? Oh, behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mysterious. And stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there. Oh shit, voice stream. Lol. I know, Scott for some reason is streaming Silent Hill 2 right now. No. This is completely the wrong time of day they would do anything, and the wrong day of the week. I thought I had this day locked down. It's just like, haha, no one else does this day. Apparently not Scott playing a horror game. I think he just ended stream. Oh, I guess the technical difficulties got to him. Maybe everyone who watched his stream should come over here, wink wink. We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is. Could it be? You know what, Mr. Ratons? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad? Have you got something, Apollo? I just remembered something that Trucy said. About misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. That is a very confusing sentence. It probably works better in Japanese. But if we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Rayton's magic, then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all my assumptions about this case. What we have been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't. Because I remember he pointed out in the thing of just like, oh, did you see that, like, shadow fly up? I think that was Trucy coming down for the plunging kill. I think there was a knife up in the cushion that the other Raytons, whatever his name is, this guy, he flew up into, and that's why he's stabbed in the back. And why the stab is so close to the hoisting spot. You know, someone else could commit murder, and Athena's outfit has such blind spots she could completely miss it. Yeah, Scott's back. Ah. What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe... Athena. There's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Rayton's alibi. It's too perfect. That's true. It's like, it's impossible to break, no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh! I think I get it. I don't get it. You're saying he's using mixed direction on us, right? Misdirection. Yeah, whatever. It's definitely a possibility.
Ahem! Would the defense care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there?
Mixed direction. Sorry, misdirection. Sorry. Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak.
And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of?
This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted the whole time. The time of death. Right? Yep. The culprit was on scene. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? It's James Franco's Wizard of Oz. What if there was a way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Rayton's perfect alibi would become irrelevant. I hate that word.
Objection.
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what happened. What appears to be the culprit's shadow in this footage.
Objection.
But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit?
Well, if it's not the culprit, then who is it?
I'm not 100% sure to say, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor. During the magic show itself.
In that case, please point out in the show footage for us. Oh boy.
This is the thing that looks suspiciously familiar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. You said that like the judge was in 3rd grade. Like,
Oh, yeah, if your dad worked at Nintendo, then what game did he make?
doesn't this shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure?
Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it?
Miss Wright, could you identify this shadow for the court?
Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire.
Then could this shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too?
No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there.
In other words, the second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up.
Some other figure? Are you? Are you spoiling the magic? Guilty, Apollo Justice! You die now! You're not allowed to spoil the secret. I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice.
He's right. We've come this far. I'll just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand.
What is the second shadow shown in the...
It'd be funny if the judge figures out the magic tricks, gets dissected in court, and just starts charging magicians so he can learn what the trick is. Whose time is this? We were like,
No, do not spoil the magic. No.
why do I not have profiles? Do I have to present this?
Take that!
The corpse? If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there is only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mysterious.
He has a name. His name is Man of Mystery.
Yep. The shadow belonged to Man of Mystery. Happy?
Very.
In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery.
Oh, you were getting it.
I was getting there.
The victim?
Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Ratons? Indeed. And what of it? I contend that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that it could be pulled up into the air.
So, you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says?
Exactly! We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true piece de resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show!
Woo! Good French, Apollo.
Thank you.
Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out!
Yeah, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Rayton's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up onto the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. Hit the cushion up there with considerable force. Just have to figure out what else happened up there at that time.
Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? See, even I know bigger words, like piece de resistance.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that?
Falsify an alibi? to murder him, to hide the body. He wasn't dead yet, but this is how he died. Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear.
Could it be?
Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage, and just as the set piece fell, but the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. What do you mean? Yes, it was really a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. And straight onto a blade there in the catwalk. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What?
Remotely?
Using this method, it wouldn't be a matter of where Mr. Raytons was at the time of death. Boy, don't you understand. It was a consensual murder. Drew said it was okay for his hero to kill him.
But how exactly does that work, Mr. Justice?
What, really? Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It and Man of Mystery were Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rock up straight up into it. And into the blade in the cushion. I invented Z-axis just for this game. You're welcome, world. I gotta thank this game for my Magic of Voxel career. Without the Z-axis, Magic of Voxel is just pixel art. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Oh! Then that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up to the cushion.
Hold it! I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. It's the only reason I did it.
You were used, Betty. Roger Raytons used you.
The real victim, Mr. Hat! How is he supposed to appear in Shovel Knight Deluxe?
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
After the incident occurred, Mr. Raytons arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage.
But how did he have time to do all that?
When the set piece fell, the audience evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see.
Ugh. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show. How devious. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. Trucy, you're guilty.
As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Raytons, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent.
No! Grab me!
Eh?
サトライマオマンドもさましで足し抜けたれガセよそろか
Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecile, putrid red pepper. He can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sadmahi? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk. The judge has to, like, keep putting words like horrific murder in his vocabulary to make it seem like he's not just used to all this nonsense. And then a boo, because Nayuta. Which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Raytons retrieved it after the fact. The Joe slap. My ears. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But, without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That's where the blood-stained sword was found, after all. Evidence can't be moved when used in a murder.
We literally already have Mr. Hat. We already said the evidence. How did Mr. Hat tear, you dumb fuck?
Jeez, doll.
The gallery does not seem to be liking this new prosecutor. Yeah, that is a very good point by my standards. Not the gallery's.
As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage, Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. I was going to say sole suspect.
What? Oh my gosh, you're dumb! Oh, it hurts me!
It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick.
In this new HD...
In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time at last to let it go and move on.
You dumb fucking asshole.
Whew. Are you seeing this, Magnifique Gramir? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Gramir name is done for.
Apollo, we need to hit them with a bat.
No. Reword that, Athena.
Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here.
What evidence is that?
A bat! You can see the jewel and its ring in 3D hanging in front of the headlace texture.
Did he just confess?
Yup, he just did.
I know, that's just what I was thinking. I want to hit him with a bat.
Mr. Justice, do you or do you not have a bat?
We don't have a bat, Your Honor.
Ah, come on, no bat.
We have a cane.
That will have to do. Do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed?
Of course I do, Your Honor! This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Raytons couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose this murderous trick. I think Thaner was just listening to Peanut Butter Jelly Time. You say this is. You have the judge say, "Wah!" Get ready, Mr. Raytons, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Hey, little man, I know you're wearing a red suit and all, but only one man in the world can do logic. Hey, they changed it up. We're now going forward. As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would have happened without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. What part of the magic show wasn't a part of the show's original script? Bop. Apollo aneurysm view. My eye! It's going in on itself! What? I tried to go hyperspeed, and now I've created a black hole because of the density. You are stupid! Oh no, what have you done to us all? What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic trick? Mr. Hat's position. Wow, doll. I didn't have any evidence of Mr. Hat being torn, so I just thought you were pulling out, like, her life choices. Was that an option? Oh my gosh, her life choices. It was. I just scrolled back. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of to the left, Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposed to the one in the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he was tampering with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? I don't remember if it was the blood or the fingerprints. And this is why we have evidence. Let's see. Prints on the coffin lid. Prints on the side panel. Trucy wore gloves. Oh, wait. She couldn't have fingerprints, so it has to be the blood. Because the edited show footage doesn't change anything, except the sword switch. Trucy had appeared on the left. The culprit must have put the blood in the left hole. The blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have swapped the coffin sides. That's why it was backwards. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. That's right! The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unusual. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. sorry, Mr. Ratens, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. Do you just think it was a bluff because of the time it took? Dude, you have been there for like 13 minutes.
Objection!
No, it was only 2. There are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? We got the judge to side with us, so everything you proved before now counts as a bluff? And because you did, you left behind something very unusual for us to find. This proves that Roger Ratens tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. This one is principal reverse. The fingerprinting results.
What about the fingerprints is unnatural?
Let's take a look at the prints the victims left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his print should have looked like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? Unless he had his arms crossed.
It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get like this anyway?
They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to the script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin, and that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left side of the coffin, as per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was on the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with blood in it was the side opposite than the one Trucy used. Bonnie. To make the bloodstain's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover up his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels.
No! And that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards!
Because the culprit switched the two side panels around.
That's my line. Because the culprit switched the two panel sides around, the prints ended up facing the opposite direction. See, I can follow the facts. Facts you. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood anyway and redo on the other side?
I am afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor. Because of a little something called luminol testing.
Right! Luminol! I almost forgot about that. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood even if it's been wiped away, right?
That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Ratens? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection!
Trucy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was the witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection!
Ah, but I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side.
Oh my, you're absolutely right. We have proved her absolute innocence. Case closed.
But are we not gonna catch Miss...
No, we don't do that anymore. You've proved your argument. She's not the killer. That's all you need to do.
What? We don't need to find the killer?
I'm just messing with you. Let's get on with this.
Ugh. Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sadmahi, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. Ugh. You and the accused are the most... No! Really? Miss Wright and I? You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really? Miss Wright and I? I'd say their entire worldview is shattering, but they don't change after this. Oh, Apollo is impudent! The guy winning you keep shit-talking and not listening to. Yeah, they're the impudent one. Thanks, Athena. No problem. Because I'd think you're the one with a ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Ah! Ah!
The prosecutor Sadmahi, are you all right?
As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go but didn't actually see it, and someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Rains.
From here!
All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been canceled. Permanently! All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't you remember the first game, boy? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true, great power of Mysterious. Witness a magic far greater than true Cranmere. Burn! Crumble! It burned again. Fault of my furious flame! The great Mysterious will bring an end to you all. And now, for the final heir to the Grammy I name, right here, right now, you too shall be... Huh? No, this isn't right. Ah! No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. Stop! No! Ah! Curse you, Grammy! Curse those Grammys.
Whew. That was intense. I need a drink. We're back to our regularly scheduled Arizona iced tea with raspberry flavor. That lemonade was a mistake. You know you're a bad person when you end up quoting Claude Frollo. How does he hold the silent E?
Grammy!
Our suspect has to be someone with an alibi.
It's all because of them. Even now, they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss!
Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man?
You're damn right. You have no idea the humiliations I have suffered. Your grandfather murdered the grandmother, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own damn reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifique, he took it all from me!
But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic is supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder.
What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me. That's all.
I get it now. That attitudes towards magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. Well, he disappeared.
Don't deserve. I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you will be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see? So in the end, Troupe Grammaire was defeated by the great Mr. Rios. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn! Take that, Grammaire! You lose!
If anyone needs to learn let it go and move on, it's this guy.
This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation! Bailiff, take Mr. Raytons away! And bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe. It looks like we've reached the end. My gosh, I thought the breakdown was going to be intense. Why was there such a long monologue after?
As if Mr. Tree's dead body being swung around by the butt in front of an audience wasn't more humiliating. Well, that's why the dragon was there. My horns are pink. I dyed them my girlfriend's favorite color. Girlfriend's. Oh, that'd be an interesting design. If, like, oh gosh dang it, Apollo's not here. If Trucy, under her hat, got her own little, like, Oni horn hair decal to just show of just like, yeah, they're siblings. One of them just wears a hat. It's just genetic, the hair twing.
I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show.
You do see her hatless, but c'est la vie. I know, that's why I said, what if she had one? Like, she just keeps it hidden under the hat, but we've seen her hatless. So it doesn't work, but she can do it now when she learns about it. You know, Apollo, how... I have, like, the reverse problem with you. What do you mean?
I have this spike that I gotta keep on keeping down.
Huh? Trucy 64, hatless run.
It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow.
Yep, we're only an hour in. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down?
Miss Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer. As I do.
Yes, Your Honor?
Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty!
Yeah. The investigation segment of this case is the only segment in either 3DS game I think is poorly placed. It drove me insane. Well then.
Court is adjourned.
Next game should have a prosecution bench. And they're bickering. The girls are fighting! April 28th, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy!
Grazie a Dio! What does that mean?
Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned! Yep, and it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Rios is gone, I need to find somebody to replace him.
Eh? Eh? I don't like the way she's looking at me.
Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Rayton's used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, we have to take some of the blame for this too, you know. Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder. Roger Reitens. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you, Blanca. I guess she really does hate me. But, Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up! I've always hated her! Really? But we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show. We would have never tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Just speak for yourself! But, Betty, you still have her autograph. Ah! Shut up!
I don't even know where that came from. That just came out. Trucy's like, Hush, neither of you are wrong. Now let me take you each on your own individual moonlit picnic.
She
acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy?
Mm.
Wow, Trucy. I never knew that being the best could be so tough. You have so many girlfriends. How do you keep track of them all?
Come on, Bonnie. We're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You really are excited about the performing with Chissy again, aren't you? That's not true, so zip it, dummy!
Did they say dummy or dumb me?
I don't know. Polly? Do you think I really am a naive greenhorn?
Huh? No way, she's not...
After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? It's not all that loyal over there.
Oh no. Ah! Oh no. Ow. Apparently going from Betty straight to whatever I was trying to do there of like every voice at once. Not the greatest plan if you want to keep your throat intact. Wow, Trucy, how come your dad lets you have 6 girlfriends? I thought he only allowed you to have 5. Shh. 2 of them are twins. He doesn't know yet. He is the most gullible person I know. He ate a bottle of poison because his girlfriend said so, I've heard. Oh no.
If it's not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
Just make her super annoying in flashbacks.
You see, so in the end, Gremlin was defeated by a great mysterious. Ho, ho, ho! You're not fit to lecture me on high, Trucy, right? You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you lying greenhorn.
Trucy! Don't tell me you're taking what Rayton said to heart.
Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you.
Huh?
You're a wonderful Gremir magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Apollo. But what makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful Gremir magician because of this. The only thing I take to heart is my girlies. You pushed a huge thing! You stabbed a guy. You got scammed.
It's time for my shows. See you later. Okay, bye-bye. I'm gonna just go to the guide to find out what the proper thing is, because I don't want to mess this up. Apollo Justice Duel. Yeah, Spirit of Justice. The Gremir Notebook. Dang it, I thought it was gonna be this.
Because it, like, shows that she quickly was able to fix a mistake. But nope.
Take that!
It's because history. Not because of what you did in spite of other people.
My grandfather's notebook?
The Grammar Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You are everything Magnifique could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy.
A great magician. Me?
You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Rayton said.
Oh, Polly. Thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I had been alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me?
I remember what you said to me in the detention center.
After all, you sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
And I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? We don't even have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry. You are going to be fine.
Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could make that happen. Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything.
But why?
Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Samahi what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too.
You have nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job.
You are too kind.
Oh, I don't know about... Is something wrong, Emma?
Oh, Prosecutor Samahi, what are you doing here? Detective Sky. Yes? I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait! Prosecutor Samahi! The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me?
What?!
You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you will excuse me. There they go.
What was that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Samahi?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
See? That's how you say something to someone, Athena. You could have said this to me at any time when we were dealing with Blackwell, and you did not. See how open I am? I know, Prosecutor Sidmahi, I said that to you. You are now on the same page.
Yeah, but how?
Mm.
Acquaintances? It seems like something more than that.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, well...
You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject.
I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future.
Sure, if you say so.
Hey, it's Mr. Right. Perfect timing.
Put him on speakerphone, Apollo.
Did you call me a follow?
Because you're a fucking fraud.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Right? Apollo, how is Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Right, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hi, Papa. I'm okay now.
She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo.
That is a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show. So I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me now, won't you? No, of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world. Full-fledged.
So, Papa asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right?
No. He just asked me to go cheer you on.
Okay. And I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought. But...
Good! Then it's settled.
I was going to say it, but it better not be on the stage. April 29th. Penrose Theater. Stage.
Objection!
I should have known! Ah! This is what she meant!
Magical girl Trissy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute, are you you're kidding, right? There is a trick or a gimmick, right? I'm too young to die.
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword.
No, wait, stop! No!
And that is how Trucy and Grandmere Land ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams.
What kind of ending is that?
Woo! I really like that one. You gotta know your way around magic and all that fun stuff. Now, since it's only been an hour 15, I think I am going to do something a bit different for this next segment. Instead of waiting for it to say to be continued, I will probably just end it after it's been another 2 hours, because 3-hour streams are a good size. The Rites of Turnabout.
Wakey, wakey, 201. Got some more questions. Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on, we're small fries compared to... Huh?
More like the right, it's Atlas. Wait, what are you doing back? I thought you left. Alright, since we're in Khura'in, that must mean we're Phoenix. May 9th.
Another fine day in the kingdom of Khura'in.
Commercials. Cute. Now you have constant entertainment. Oh.
It's so peaceful here. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still.
Oh, right. The judge here sounds like this.
Yeah. Still in my tourist outfit. It sure was a rough start.
He introduces a new defense attorney out of nowhere.
Now, to do what I came here to do. To see Maya. Her long ascetic training. I still don't know how to say that word. Aesthetic training is finally coming to an end. But before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today.
Mr. Right! Haha. Happy Rocky.
Ah, I'll be Happy Rocky.
Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of Khura'in!
I don't know about that. But I guess all the practice is paying off.
She has to commit the murder.
Step 12 of AA. Manslaughter.
Have you gotten used to life at the temple?
I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the morning starts a little too early for me.
Yeah, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn. After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is very important here in Khura'in.
And Doll disappears again.
That's off to you guys. I don't know how you do it.
And today's a special day, full of even more prayers than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content.
I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So, what makes today so special anyways?
You mean you don't know?
I am a foreigner.
Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year.
That's what Maya must have been talking about on the phone yesterday. I wonder what her role is in it. So, what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite?
What? She didn't tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Kira.
It's only the most important part of the entire rite! It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role.
Wow, that's really something.
It really is. Helping out such an amazing person has been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life.
So, who is this Lady Kira?
Allow me to explain. Once upon a time, hundreds of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought valiantly to establish.
Let me stop you right there.
Is something wrong?
No, it's just... I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story and there is no chairs in this area.
Oh, yeah. I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell.
Dodged a bullet there.
Oh, right, you're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. I didn't think this character would have more than one time, so I didn't really put the voice to memory. The story can wait then. In the meantime, I could read up on the rite with this.
An English guidebook? Where did you dig this from?
I just found it lying in the temple library, and I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it.
Hey! This book belongs to Maya. See, there's her name on the back. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while, then.
Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rite is to take place. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm looking at the book. I have had no literature to read over here. I will take a guidebook.
As Lady Kira, the High Priestess purified both Lady Kira and her dagger. Full Moon, High Priest, Staging Area, Priestess. Part 10. Ceremony ends with the Rite of Fire, in which the Priestess circles the sacred flame to purify her soul. Purification Rite is a 3-part ceremony held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Puniponi. It begins with the transformation rite. The High Priestess reads scripture while a priestess dons the robe of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. Next is the Rite of Water, in which the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the High Priestess purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. That was the part I saw with pictures. The ceremony ends with the Rite of Fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The two then devote themselves to prayer until the rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. So basically, the whole thing's a fancy way for Lady Kira to take a bath for once a year. Must be nice for her. Why is that written there? Let's go to the Plaza of Devotion.
Why does that sound like a mall? I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her.
It's on a mountaintop, so it might get a little cold though.
I think I can handle it with my open V-neck shirt. Any ideas? Oh, we're in the investigation segment. Cool. Let's go. Walk, walk, walk. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of butts.
It's so cold. Feels like the air itself is made of ice. But look at all these people. It's also very difficult to breathe up here. There's not enough oxygen. That's because I'm hogging it all for my pupper. Well, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is.
Devoted. Right. Not a ton of corpses just lying there. But couldn't they just as easily do all this praying somewhere warmer?
You ignorant fuck. This, too, is a part of our religious training. It helps us build strength of spirit and willpower. Further up, at the end of those stairs, is the inner sanctum.
I see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious.
Of course we are! After all, Khura'in is also known as the Land of Prayer. It's said that we Khura'inese spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer. You normally have 16 hours of, free time, because it's 24 hours, minus 8 for sleep. What? 15! From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. You see all the square flags around here? They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people.
Oh, he's talking about those colorful strips of cloth. There's something written on each one.
Such petty is the glory of our people, and
I'm afraid that story's gonna have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now.
oh yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Miss Maya again. Pardon me, O noble traveler.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
And, who might you be? Maya?
Miss Maya! Happy Rocky! And now, for the moment everyone's been waiting for, the Maya voice. I haven't practiced it. Let me just take a sip while I think. Happy Rocky, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey.
Oh, thanks.
Long time no see, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act?
Yeah, you can say that again. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Khura'in village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time. That was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I can count.
I sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being under the real boss of Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Now she's here, training to be the leader of Khura'in Village and the master of her craft. Apparently, to become the master of Khura'in channeling technique, you have to train here in Khura'in, since this is where the technique originated.
Didn't I sound just like a pious nun when you saw me just now? Too bad it's all about. That's all about I learned from the training I did.
You haven't changed a bit, Maya.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
She may look a little more mature on the outside, but inside, it's the same old Maya.
Maya Fey, a practitioner of the Khura'in channeling technique we use to take on all sorts of cases together. Maya Fey, gremlin. That's it, that's the end of the sentence, just gremlin.
I'm actually kind of glad for that.
heard what happened, Nick. You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story.
I was the accused! But you should have seen Mr. Wright in action. He was amazing!
Cut it. Oh no, she's back, but at least she's got cool gloves.
I bet it was another one of your famous seat of your pants come from behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times.
Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour, so sue me.
You haven't changed a bit either, Nick.
Ouch. Definitely stings more when it's coming from her. So I guess you finished the bulk of your training needed to become the master, right?
Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? SMCISSP. Yup, I've completed the full 2 years. I can finally go home and perform the purification rite today.
Actually, I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of their sacred rites.
Well, the High Priestess's wife usually conducts it each year. But with her baby on the way, it's just more than she could handle. So the High Priestess practically begged me to stand in her for this year.
Well, you may not know all of their customs, but with your training, I'm sure you'll do great.
You bet! Just you watch, Nick! I'm gonna be the best Lady Kira guardian deity ever!
I better throw in a few prayers for things to not end in a flaming disaster then. Her ears are the size of phones. She has to get novelty giant phones. Why did you say priestess Shira? Yeah. So, about that guardian deity you'll be portraying today. What exactly are we talking about here?
Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't really a deity in the way we think of them back home. She's a real person who fought to establish the kingdom of Khura'in a long, long time ago.
Wow, so she actually existed.
Also, I realized it's completely useless, but I'm doing a lot of, hand gestures while talking as Maya to stay in character of an erratic gremlin. Gesticulating. And now, the kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. They believe she appears to protect the kingdom whenever it's in danger. We can feel it. Cool. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies.
That sounds like something you'd be into.
It sounds exactly like something I'd be into, because apparently Season 5 of the Steel Samurai Pink Princess arc was based on this religious text. So, I have cheat codes!
You know, you shouldn't believe everything you see on TV.
I have cheat codes! I know, right? Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger?
Kind of reminds me of the, Fire Emblem Saints. You know, the Saint Almi, who you only saw in Mario Kart Double Dash, was added to FE mobile game, and turns out she is racist! Sure, I know Fire Emblem more than what I've seen on the Jello channel. Sure. Right. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, no. Girl, no! Not that! It's so infamous! Huh? What's so infamous? Jello Fire Emblem. Really? I mean, he sung the praises of Radiant Dawn and those games. The Tellius duology? Absolutely. Huh. Oh no. Tellius is good though. The duology. Yeah. I forget if you call it Tellius. Radiant. Like Fire Emblem games are referred to by continent. Those two are on Tellius. We interrupt your Ace Attorney playthrough for a Fire Emblem lecture. I mean, we are technically the weird middle ground content. We ended the other one early, and we're doing this one early as well. So we are kind of in this weird middle ground. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We got an hour and a half left. We ended early and started playing Fire Emblem in our minds. Yep, I've only touched the mobile game once. Look out for that ranged magic. Maya just permadeathed. Still, Lady Kira must really be a popular deity if all these people are here for her. Yep, but there's more to it than just her popularity this year. There's more. So, why is this ride attracting such a large crowd this year? Because I'm a foreigner, I'm gonna do it naked! Seriously, Maya? Because there's been actual sightings. You know, the real deal. Allow me to explain! A mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared just like in the legends. And she began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons right and left. You're kidding, right? They say it's only a matter of time till she gets their leader, the revolutionary Dirk. 2. What happened to Dirk 1? No, I hurt his feelings. Sorry. So, Lady Kira's a rebel hunter now, huh? It's a bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they are trying to disrupt the peace, I doubt the actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life. Those two people are wearing the same outfit. How embarrassing. So I'm told. I didn't believe it either at first. But there's a real picture of her on the front page of the newspaper. Sightings of her go back about, 2 years? Yeah, 2 years. But this is the first actual picture to be ever taken. I can't believe someone was able to actually capture her on film. But couldn't this just be some Lady Kira fan? You know, like you, Maya? You mean like a cosplayer? Those rebels are no joke, Nick. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. You think some regular cosplayer can take on the people like that dressed in a costume alone? Yes, with the amount of blood, sweat, and tears cosplayers go through to make their things, if they actually do make their cosplay, they will cut a bitch. They are feisty.
That's why she has to be the real deal. It gives me chills just thinking about it.
I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed the sacred robe or something. A spirit possessing a piece of clothing. Is that possible?
I don't know yet.
Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya.
Hey! What is that supposed to mean? You're just jealous that I'm still young at heart.
I've got a real office to run now, so I've got to keep it real.
Right?
I don't know who you're talking about, but it's definitely not me. You've really lost your edge since I last saw you. He's back in the country, working. I know. But you couldn't have done a vacation together? You know, make it official you two lovebirds? Shush. You had a very important thing to do. Hey, mass boy, keeping it real. My God. Those spikes of yours have grown really dull. And there's even that drooping. Can we leave my hair out of this? Anyway, I swear that the Lady Kira people have been spotting is the real deal. Besides, it's just so much more fun to believe it's true, you know? She's saying he's whipped. He's lost his edge since settling down. I went to the mountains and I live under a waterfall. To constantly be on edge. Ticket pays for the whole seat, but you're only gonna use the edge. You need to stop watching Game Grumps, Maya. But they're so funny! I can't believe you really buy all that. Although I wonder who's under that robe. Newspaper editor. But, Mr. Wright, she's the talk of the town. She even gave me this great new food idea. It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. I call it the Kira bun. Talk about a Kira business strategy. I feel like that means there's a pun. Maya, not in front of the boy! Remember when you were cool, Nick, and we used to go under the bridge and fucking smoke? Not in front of the boy, Maya! Come on, Maya. Just admit it's you running around dressed as Lady Kira already. Huh? I guess the jig is up. Oh, what? It really is true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is I, Lady Kira! After 100 years, I have returned in this lovely young lady's body. What? Oh! Only a minion of the Defiant Dragons could see through my disguise. Now, feel my wrath, oh lawyer! Hi-ya! Ah! Mr. Wright! Just kidding. I mean, come on. I may be dressing up as Lady Kira for the right today, but there's no way I could ever beat up any one of those rebel types. I don't know. That was a pretty solid left hook you just threw me. Ugh. They just act like they've been so edgy this whole time, and you're like, what game was this? Oh, you were just trying to be funny. Oh, you really had me going there for a second. Yeah, it's like talking about it, just like, yeah, you were such a bad cop. Like, it was when you lost your attorney's badge. You were just, it didn't even matter. You were just doing underground trials and stuff. You what? Like there's gonna be a secret next game.
That's about Phoenix being like, I need the edge of being a defendant, of being a lawyer, but I don't have my badge, so I can't do any official trials. I'll just have to do the ones that involve the Shadow Realm. What? No one could be that naive, right? Well, I hope you enjoy playing superhero at the right today.
Oh, when you put it that way, I'm even more hyped about it than I already was!
Huh?
Oh, I hear the sound of the High Priestess' footsteps. I'd better get going.
His footsteps?
During the rite, he wears these really big bells on his ankles. That way, I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? Well, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Not even like a fade out, just...
I doubt they're actually meant to be a stop slacking warning system for you, Maya.
Miss Maya's always so bright and cheerful.
Yeah, I'm glad to see she hasn't changed. As in, at all. I wonder if this means her training's all been for naught. I hope not.
Ah, it's Acolyte Zealot.
Acolyte Zealot. That's his name?
Yes, he is very devout.
I know what a zealot is.
Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe. My girlfriend has me wear a bell for the same purposes too, but she puts it around my neck. Confirmed. Doll is a cat. He's a disciple of the High Priestess, Abut Imi. I wonder what that means. And lives and trains at his house. Anyan Bayonary. Wow. See how he prays in the cold without moving a muscle?
Yeah, I could never do that.
Ah! It's about Imi! The purification rite is about to begin! Uh-oh. I recognize this guy vaguely from the Steam page when I first bought the game. Uh-oh.
So that's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during the rite. Looks almost exactly like what the figurehead in the newspaper photo was wearing.
You saw him in a Phoenix Wrong video?
Whoever it must have been worked really hard to copy it.
Please, sir, it's not a good idea to stare like that. You could be struck blind.
Just give me a few more seconds. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. Oh, those bells on the High Priest's ankles. They're a lot bigger than I thought they'd be.
Mr. Wright, it's time to enter the prayer pose like everyone else. Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother. Mine's bigger.
Big bell.
You have moved on from... I can't think of...
Gong.
I can't think of a joke of like you've moved on from non-binary to non-bovinary? Dang it, I can't make a cow joke. Cowbells. That was the joke.
Okay, let's see. First, I kneel down and cross my ankles, and then I bow forward and ugh. Great. Now all I can see is the ground, and my back is killing me.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
You
really should have trained for this, sir.
Wait a sec. How long are we supposed to stay like this, Albie?
The rite requires that we stay like this until the day after tomorrow.
Until overmorrow? That's 2 whole days! I don't feel so...
Mr. Wright, are you okay, sir? Somebody, help! Mr. Wright, please, you have to get up.
My aching... Albie? Where are we?
The High Priestess is out at the foot of the Plaza of Devotion.
There's a lot of words at once. I guess I passed out from the back pain.
He just crumbles like a fucking soda cane on the fucking spot. Something terrible's happened. It's Miss Maya. She's... Oh, just follow me to the Plaza of Devotion. You know what's gonna happen.
Oh, no. You gotta be kidding. I just passed out.
I saw she... Ooh, what's this? A steel samurai bag?
Something must have happened while I was passed out.
Miss Maya's... she's been arrested.
What? Oh, come on! I'm on vacation!
Well, she heard that you were... You were...
Dubis Goobis video where Nick made the mistake of blinking. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Phoenix, but you blinked. You didn't see she actually committed the murder in the blink of an eye, literally. But come on, Your Honor. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but you are going to have to die. We're in Karine.
Can you at least make it quick?
Yeah. What's a common way to... Skibbity, kill him. What?
Blink slower than a speeding bullet.
Where is Maya? Just take it easy, alright?
But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything wrong.
You can talk all you want back at the station.
Let me go!
Maya!
Nick! I didn't kill him! I swear I didn't!
Quiet, you! Come along peacefully or suffer the consequences.
Kane calls the circus his little skibbity stick. I saw that. Oh my gosh, that is so cursed. But now it makes sense with the alternate languages why Jax is like, don't ever call us that again. Because if I got called little skibbity sigma, I'd throw hands.
Wait a second. What on earth is going on? I don't know who you are, but if you don't get out of my way...
Hey, back off, officer. I'm just assuming this is Albie.
Oh, shit.
Back off, officer.
Emma Sky. What on earth is she doing in Karine?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright, but we're placing Maya under arrest. All right, take her down to the station, but with respect. Got it? Back the fuck up.
I mean, I can't deny the mewing milkmaid allegation.
What? She pulls out a butterfly knife, and Nick's like, ah,
Brings back memories. Yes, ma'am.
Nick! Oh, that's English dub K, right? Mewing milkmaids. I forgot about that.
So, what are you doing in Karine, Emma?
It's a long story. Anyway, what are you doing in Karine, Mr. Wright? Oh, we don't have her yet. Because it's like, Nick is 35. Maya's 28. This guy's only 9. He's a baby.
Same here. It's a long story. But we can get caught up later. Right now, I need to know what happened.
Maya's, well, under arrest for the murder of the High Priest.
Wow, I thought he was 11.
That's such a huge difference. Yeah, he's not even double digits yet.
Wait, the High Priest was murdered? Oh boy. What happened, Emma? Please, tell me everything you can.
Well, basically, there was a murder during the rite as it was being performed last night. The victim is Tarust Imi. Oh. This game is fucking 8. Oh. Oh no. The High Priest who is presiding over the rite.
Wait, hold on. Last night? You mean to tell me an entire day's passed since the purification rite?
That's right, sir. You passed out for a whole day from your back pain.
Ah! I never knew my back's like a ticking time bomb. I better take care of it.
Telling gamers to stop shrimping in their chairs. The murder took place at the inner sanctum where the rite was being held.
The inner sanctum.
It's the place where the spirit of Lady Kira is enshrined.
This isn't the only time I've woken up to find out there was a murder last night after we blacked out. Am I right, Emma? Good times. But
It's through that gate over there and up at the top of the mountain stairs, just beyond.
Oh. So that's why everyone is offering their prayers in that direction.
no, they just like the gate. Gold's a good color. Abat Imi and Miss Maya went up to the inner sanctum to begin the last rite. Just after they finished the prayer, you fainted in the middle of...
So, who do you think killed the High Priest?
Unfortunately, Maya is our sole suspect right now. During the rite, the inner sanctum was off limits to the general public.
So then, only the High Priest and Maya could have been where the murder occurred.
Right. Plus, the inner sanctum is on the side of a very steep mountain. The only way up there is the stairway that start here at the Plaza of Devotion.
So that's why she's been arrested. Again.
Here's a line from an indie game that I can't explain well, but it's like, gold truly is God's color. And it's like a gender thing, and it hits so hard. What indie game, if you can remember that much? Also, the crime scene was only discovered after Maya came down alone. She's the one who told the worshippers in the plaza that the High Priest was dead. And she made a police statement to that effect.
So she was the first one to discover the body. Well, that definitely doesn't help. It makes it even less likely that someone else was there at the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, sir. Are you going to defend Miss Maya?
Yes, of course. There's no way she killed anyone.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. She's been framed.
Killers are immutable.
But this is really something else, huh, Mr. Wright? I mean, who could have thought you'd have to take on that horrible court again?
Well, with the facts, I'd have to say, like, 1 or 2 more times after this?
Sent it. Cool, thanks.
Tell me about it. I never thought I'd have to go through another trial. Where the divination seance determines all, and defense lawyers are unwelcome.
Emma. So, what brings you here, Emma? Back in the US, yeah, we're dropping it as that's just the normal thing or something.
Wait, why didn't you say it like back in the US?
I can't get it out of my throat. Oh! Weird. Wonder if it was just a one-time slip-up. But yeah, back in the US. See, now I've got it. Now you've got me hiccuping. Great. I was working on a case with an international prosecutor from Kurain. They told me this is where I could see the latest technique in international forensic science. I can't believe I fell for it. I mean, just look at this place. It looks like we've gone back in time.
Yeah, I can't say I've been impressed with the police work I've seen so far.
Still, they take on cases from around the world. So maybe next time, they'll have one in a major city somewhere.
Sounds like this prosecutor has taken a liking to you, Emma. After all, it's not every day a prosecutor takes a detective with them overseas.
Are you jealous that Edgeworth took Gumshoe?
I am so jealous! Ugh, it should have been me!
Weren't you, like, not officially dating at that time? What's with that? Are you still not officially dating? You live together! Do you not live together? I wonder. They're calm and kind and almost always have a smile on their face. But it's hard to tell what they're really thinking.
This international prosecutor, are they the one who handled Trucy's case?
Oh, yes, they are.
I'll take it they'll be the prosecutor on this one, too.
Yes, Prosecutor Sudmahi's already been assigned. Prosecutor Sudmahi! Purakunha!
You know him, Albie?
Of course, everyone in Kurain does. They're a highly revered individual, both as a prosecutor and a monk. They're they are unhappily married. Maya, wait. Found a tier list of AA characters by how many times they get tried. Maya has her own tier. Oh no! Honestly, I wanna see that chart because it's like, doesn't everyone only get tried once? The only people that I can think of is Trucy has been tried twice to my knowledge. And yeah, Maya's been tried like so many times. And I wonder if like the rest of the tier list is like people who did it but didn't get tried. Trucy only once. What am I thinking of? Bird. If you go up against Prosecutor Sudmahi, you'll incur the Holy Mother's wrath.
But it's my job to do.
As a lawyer. Some guy from Great AA. Oh, right. Sorry.
Just great. A prosecutor who's also a revered monk in a deeply religious country. How far can this deck be stacked against me? Ugh. This trial's shaping up to be even more uniquely Kurainese than the last one.
I'm not sure I should be saying this, but they're a formidable opponent.
Yeah? I heard Apollo had a really tough time, so I'd better give it everything I've got.
Yeah, they're super dense.
Great. If someone is being called dense while Apollo is in that same room, that must mean they're really fucking dense. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Emma. They treat lawyers like criminals here.
Come to think of it, Prosecutor Sudmahi mentioned something to that effect. I'm not sure how much I can help, but I'll do what I can.
Really? Are you sure you aren't gonna get in trouble for helping the enemy?
They did come down on me pretty hard when I tried to help Trucy in that last trial. Let's just say I'll help where I can.
Thanks. But don't go getting yourself in trouble on my account, okay? Prosecutor Sadmahi sounds pretty strict.
So, first things first, let's start with this. Hot off the press, it's the High Priest's autopsy report.
Taurus autopsy report added to the court record.
The victim bled to death from a deep stab wound to the abdomen. The murder weapon is believed to be Lady Kira's
Warbad dagger. Warbed dagger.
It's used during the rite. However, the dagger has yet to be found.
Lady Kira's dagger, huh? I think Maya mentioned something about a dagger.
No, right, Mr. Wright. You read that in a book.
Oh, yeah. And she also did mention it.
Who would what? Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger?
Right! Whatever floats your boat.
I'm just gonna act like I didn't see that.
Saw what?
Nothing?
I think she saw it. Isn't that rebel hunter posing as Lady Kira also armed with a dagger? Of course, hers must be a replica, right?
Uh-oh, they're doing the thing. Assume it's, well, it is, the character they are disguised as is called Lady Kira, but, they're using pronouns instead of just saying they, which means it's gonna be a twist. That's the hand of a man!
Would it be okay for me to go take a look at the crime scene, Emma?
The police have already wrapped up their investigation, but the location itself is off limits to the general public, so I'm not sure.
Emma, please, I'm begging you. Just like the police, I need access if I'm to mount a viable defense.
Alright then, leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to Prosecutor Sadmahi and the police later.
Thank you, Emma.
You have quite a climb ahead of you, so be sure to watch your step.
Wait, you're not coming along with me?
Oh, no. I'm not climbing up there again. No way.
Is it really that bad? I wonder if my back can handle it.
Oh, you get to go to the inner sanctum? Oh, you're so lucky, Mr. Wright.
Oh boy. Wright is gonna die!
Why don't you join me, Albie?
That's crazy talk, sir. If a commoner like myself were to set foot in there, I'd surely be cursed for all eternity.
Because the inner sanctum is off limits for you. Oh well, guess I'll have to just face this all by my lonesome.
He trips and falls down every stair. I hope that's not a joke.
By the way, what about the people still praying here? Aren't they going to go home?
The customs of this rite require that they not move from the spot until tomorrow afternoon. It doesn't faze them to have police milling about. Some of them are even off-duty cops.
Wow. I guess this is what it's like to live in a deeply religious society, huh? I wonder if there's any issues with a deeply religious society that this game is trying to talk about.
You know that would fall on deaf ears in America. We're not a religious country. Mr. Wright, why are you looking at me like that? Mr. Wright, why is there horrors in your eyes? Mr. Wright?
May 10th. Inner sanctum. Whoa. It's really high up. Really, really cold. What did I do to deserve this? Ugh. At least I made it. I better get started while I can still feel my fingers.
I like to imagine the Emma dialogue option. He just says Emma and waits to see what she says.
Why is she here?
Gotta examine her.
Could it be?
Excuse me?
Huh? It's you. Do you even know where you are? Barbed head.
Of course I do. May I ask why you're here?
Your benevolence?
I came to pray for the High Priest's soul. But what are you doing here? This is one of the most secret spots in Kharinism! Unscrupulous lawyers such as you have no business being here!
But I'm not unscrupulous.
You're not supposed to be here! This is my secret fortress! Get out, get out, get out!
She is killed on the spot for attitude. How old is she again?
Yeah, she's only 14. She is tiny. Quiet! You dare to find fault with my insights at every turn the other day.
She's still sore about that trial, huh?
You think the princess can't just have you sniped?
No, I don't think they do.
Because then someone else would get it. No, it's like 2 for the price of 1, because then you have someone planted in front of them that looks like they have a gun. And then boom, you kill the person that you want dead, and then you just throw the other person in jail because it's like, see, this was the last thing they saw. Someone with a gun in front of them. That's how they died, so send them off.
Why are you doing this to me? All I did was say your lunch was a bit stinky at school.
Nah, It's the princess. She's allowed to.
Alright. As you know, Your Benevolence, a murder has occurred, and I need to investigate.
But we know the killer is one of your own.
In my country, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Plus, she is a serious student of spirit channeling who came here to study. So, can't you at least give her a chance to explain what happened?
All practitioners from overseas are big, phony balonies! And her wish to train in the homeland of spirit channeling is but a bid for prestige.
It seems like nothing I say will convince her otherwise, thanks to that last trial. Tweedledum and Tweedledee really did a number on her impression of foreigners. As the defense attorney on this case, I really need to investigate this crime scene, and I need to do it now.
I sent you another thing from that one artist of the Rifa trying to go viral and
I've been authorized by the police. So,
What's this? You intend to make a mockery of our secret hall of justice once more?
no, I simply want to defend my client.
Which means you have come to forge evidence then. I knew all lawyers were criminals. I must now redouble my vigilance.
Ouch! That's unfair. Who taught you to demonize a whole group of people anyway?
My mother and father. Do you have an issue with their parental guidance?
No. I would never dare criticize the royal couple. I still can't imagine what the lawyers here must have done to garner such hatred.
Oh! I just had the most wonderful idea, Barbed Head.
Why do I have a bad feeling about that glint in her...
Oh no. Oh no, is she gonna push him down the stairs?
I'm going to investigate...
Huh? Why do you keep looking away?
Oh shit! Get ready for the investigation, companion!
Huh? Jennifer garnered such hatred.
Jennifer who?
Well, you can do so later. You are speaking with me right now.
As you wish, princess. I guess the investigation will have to wait until she's done talking to me.
Wait.
Oh. Whoops.
No. Talking at me.
So, what's this most wonderful idea of yours?
If you are to investigate this murder, then I shall oversee your every move, so as to prevent any misdeeds, naturally.
What? You want to follow me around the entire time?
Of course. Not that I want to, mind you. And I will not tolerate any objections. Understood?
She can't do this to me.
What was that, Barbed Head?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Your benevolence.
Very well, then. Let's get this investigation over with. We mustn't stay here in the inner sanctum a moment longer than necessary.
Please don't rush me.
It is not without reason that I insist on a speedy investigation, Barbed Head. I am a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, you see, who guides the people of Khura'in. As such, I must not sully myself with the blood of battle that Lady Kira bears.
The blood of battle. If it's that big of a problem, why don't you head down now? I won't do anything. I promise.
No, lawyers are never to be trusted. Now, make haste! So that way we may leave here soon. I have no pants on. I am so cold. Oh, and one more thing.
What now?
Your victory the other day was but a stroke of fortune. But this time, my insight shall reveal the absolute truth. So brace yourself for a defeat most bitter, lawyer.
I will. Now can I get on with my investigation?
As long as you know where we stand.
I better hurry up and poke around for clues before she changes her mind.
She could also be reminiscent of young Empress Sanaki from Tellus. Love her.
Could you tell me about this place, Your Benevolence?
I have nothing to say to you, lawyer.
Is that because you don't actually know much about it?
But you ill mannered, I am the crown princess of Khura'in. There is nothing I do not know. Nana!
Whoa, where did she come from? Hey, no cheating!
Silence, Barbed Head. Nana's knowledge is my knowledge. End of discussion.
What is she, your pocket intern?
This spring is where Lady Kira came to cleanse her body of the blood of battle. And today's purification rite is a ceremony that traces its origin back to those days. Cleansing Lady Kira's robe in this sacred water lends one courage for the next battle.
I see. Thank you for that excellent explanation.
Commoners are normally barred from here, except for the day of the rites.
Who normally controls access to this place?
The High Priest and his family are responsible for that.
The High Priest and his family, huh?
And you thought she did have snipers on you.
Yeah, it's just one very speedy grandma. Nina's on the case.
Nick says pocket and like it's not a thing in 2030X.
Wait, did it say internet? Oh. I said intern.
Could you please tell me about the High Priest and his family?
Abat Imi lived with his wife and his disciple, Acolyte Pure Zealots. A young man the couple took into their home upon finding him near our kingdom's border.
Speaking of his wife, isn't she the one who usually plays the role of Lady Kira?
Yes, but as she is with child, the role was appointed to someone else. The killer no doubt offered to stand in, as she saw it as a chance to slay the High Priest.
No, you have it backwards. He was the one who asked Maya to stand in.
Then that braggart must have embellished her qualifications.
I'm really not sure how she could.
Well, she obviously got past me! And I'm the literal best! I am the benchmark for everyone else, and no one's been able to surpass me! My dad tries to give me the talk, but I couldn't understand his accent. As she is with child. Whatever that means.
Besides, why didn't you stand in for the High Priestess's wife then?
Did I not tell you before? You see, when a jabroni and a dame go to bodega, go to a bodega.
You see, when a jabroni and a dame go to a bodega, they get a bit dirty in the back parts of the room. Yeah. Oh,
You have just made me realize I didn't make the connection. That's her father. Should I give Rafa, like, a kind of New York accent? As a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, the role of Lady Kira is forbidden to me. Have it come in and out, like when she gets all pissy, she's like, I'm working here! Ah! For those descendant of her holiness must not defile their bodies with the blood of battle. She goes into New York when she's stressed. Exactly.
oh yeah. You didn't say that, did you? You did say that, didn't you? I should probably talk with the High Priest's wife and Acolyte Zealot later, too. What is going on here? Let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh goodness, there's a lot of blood. That seems interesting. Bloody bard.
My art.
A blood-stained scrap of paper. Looks like some kind of note or letter. Perhaps? It's written in Chinese, so I can't read a lick of it.
Let me see that. Once the flame is lit, then... will be
This is simply impossible to read. Wait,
What is it?
the stamp in the lower right, it's the mark of those insurgents, the Defiant Dragons!
The rebel group? Why are you so angry? What is it doing here? Is there some kind of connection between the High Priest and the rebels? The snake is Ouroborosing wrong. It doesn't want to die. You have a chalk outline on top a lake of blood. I think it's just like tape floating. Or it's just really shallow water. I do like the implication that her father having the thick accent, when he taught her Quranese, she always reads it in that same accent. I only swim in deep blood. Shallow is dangerous. It's been stained red by the High Priest's blood.
The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return.
What is that from?
An old legend.
Wait, does that mean that the rebel hunting Lady Kira in the newspaper is the real deal? Nah, that's crazy talk. Phoenix, you have seen magic. Whoa! This is a lot of blood.
This is a statue of a warbad, the bird on which Lady Kira based her appearance.
Are you squeamish of blood?
Yes.
That's understandable. All of this blood is from the High Priest, huh?
He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. May his soul rest in peace.
Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with considerable force. There's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. Also, why is this spike so much more than the other spikes? I wonder if someone got impaled upon it. Why can't I look at the lantern? It's a lantern. It's still lit.
Of course it is. The sacred flames in the 4 lanterns here have burned for centuries. Anyone who extinguishes even one of them will be put to death immediately.
So that's why they're outfitted with glass wind guards. Still, I better keep my distance, just in case. So, the moon and these lanterns were the only sources of light up here that night.
The rite is performed by the light of the full moon because moonlight is a purifying force.
I see.
No touching!
I wasn't gonna! Yeesh.
Wait, get your hands off that!
Hey, isn't this Lady Kira's robe?
Oh, Holy Mother, Lady Kira's robe is...
I know how you feel, but we should leave it as is to preserve the crime scene.
Imbecile. This is the actual robe of Lady Kira once wore!
It is? What the heck is it made of? I mean, nothing should look this good after a few hundred years.
Enough! If I say it's the actual robe, then it is the actual robe! You listen to my words, basic commoner! That foul murderer shall not get away with this.
It is tough to see a piece of history sloppily tossed on the ground like this, though. It looks like it's been mended a number of times. This robe kind of smells.
How dare you insult such a sacred piece of clothing like that?
No, I mean it smells like incense.
Oh, I see. The scent you detected is from the sacred incense used to purify Lady Kira's robe. Whenever a rite is to be performed, the robe is first scented with sacred incense.
If this still smells like incense now, the scent must be much stronger than last night when the victim was killed. Looks like that's about does it for this area. The big thing up there. Whoa. What an amazing wall painting. So this is Lady Kira?
Do you see that red mark upon her brow?
Give me a sec. Bring, bring. Yeah, Apollo? Ah, thanks for that tidbit. Yeah, my pocket internet says that's the symbol that shows up whenever Prosecutor Sudmahi does a, right objection. Like a secret objection.
How the fuck did your pretty boy pocket man know that?
I don't know. They banned internet on phones in 2023. Why do you think everything's done on paper?
That is the character for death in Chinese. That is the character for death.
Just death. New Yorker death. You know, the death.
For death in Chinese. It is a mark of resolve to fight to the end. There are many different marks we make on our bodies, each with a different meaning.
Interesting. Come to think of it, you have marks on your face, Your Benevolence. So did the High Priest.
The High Priest's mark are those of a monk, while mine are of a royal priestess. All members of the Quirinus clergy have such marks upon them. The shape and location of the marks vary in accordance to the conditions, like status and age. And all records about them are kept in Temple.
Why do you say that so cocky? You're just being nice.
Baka.
That is definitely not how you do that. So it's kind of like a national ID registry, huh? Is that a weapon in her hand?
Yes, it is Lady Kira's dagger. The very same one used in the rite.
You tried to say its name.
Shut up! It is made to resemble a warbud. The bird Lady Kira fashioned herself after. I don't know what death is. I couldn't understand that talk very well either. You see, when a taxi doesn't stop and breaks your figure, you go to that big pagoda in the sky. Bodega in the sky.
Is everything just a bodega in New York to you, doll? So that dagger is the weapon that took the High Priest's life.
If you wish to know more about Lady Kira, you need but to ask.
I get the feeling she's going to be super relevant to this case. I should definitely ask the princess for more details later. Ooh, markings. This mountain face is like a towering wall. There are characters carved into it, but I have no idea what they mean.
There is a prison at the apex of this mountain.
A prison? Way up there?
It is said that Lady Kira laid those she defeated to rest atop this mountain, so that their souls would not spawn evil spirits.
I'm feeling queasy just thinking about being all the way up there. And the fact that it's a prison just makes it worse.
I'm from Philly, and everything's a wah-wah. Is that just like an in-joke in Philly? Is that store doesn't look real. It's just called Wawa. Uh-oh.
The lantern looks broken, but it's hard to make out the details from this angle. Let's take a closer look when I'm in a better spot. Oh yeah, we can rotate. Rotate. Wait, why can't I click this again? It's a statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a closer look at it. Oh. The eye.
Wawa is the single most important thing in the region. Jeez. It's like a Poké Center.
Looks like the bird's missing its eye. I feel sorry for the poor fella.
Are you the one who took it?
Of course not!
This statue has been here for ages. I suppose some damages is to be expected. I shall ask my mother to have it repaired.
No wonder there are no lawyers left. I'd leave too, if I were treated like this. I don't think I'll find anything else of interest around here. Rock. This rock must have fallen from higher up on the mountain. It's like the perfect perch to take a peek over the curtain. Well, up I go. What an incredible view. It almost boggles the mind.
Get down from there this instant!
Right, sorry. I'll be down.
What the heck was that whistling, Mr. Lawyer?
I was being funny. Looks like the inner sanctum is just slightly higher up than the top of the mountain. I guess that confirms the stairs from the Plaza of Devotion are the only way up here. The snow around that lantern to the left looks strange. Maybe I should take a look around. I think I better take a closer look.
Oh, it's still alight.
This lantern is damaged. The wind guard is completely broken.
Damaged? Was this your doing?
No! I didn't even touch it!
Then perhaps a falling rock struck it. I will request that it be repaired when we are finished here. Of course, I doubt you will live long enough to see it restored.
I'll be back to take a look. You'll see. There's no snow here. Maybe it was removed because it would interfere with the right? Looking at her.
The day before the rite, the temperature in the area is plunged below freezing. Even the Plaza of Devotion was covered in a layer of white frost.
It must be the elevation. It wasn't all that cold back in town, as I recall. The snow has obviously been cleared away here, and the lantern is broken. I still have that camera I bought to take pictures of my trip. I should snap one of this area, just in case.
What was that? What trickery are you using?
Nothing else particularly interesting here.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't go for the cameras witchcraft route. Good on them. She's such a good companion. Who's helpful, but at odds with you. And knows some info you don't, but not enough. Most companions don't know shit. Or they know shit and they just don't tell you. Like, you know, Athena, you could have told me you knew Blackwill.
I didn't want to interrupt the investigation.
No! We need to know this kind of stuff. For the drama.
But wasn't it like a cool reveal at the...
No, it was sad! Sorry. During the rite, the inner sanctum was fully enclosed by this ritual curtain, making this case some of a locked room mystery.
The purification rite is akin to a bathing ritual for Lady Kira. Therefore, it must be closed off from the outside world. Perfect.
Hey! Yeah. So, the inner sanctum is like her private bathroom.
Indeed. So, see to it that you keep it clean. Sad things can be cool. Look at Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures. What? I have no idea what that is.
This flap in the center acts as the ritual's curtain door. That's about it.
And what was that shrill scream for just now?
It's just... I'm afraid of heights. I didn't notice I was climbing up, but now that I can see all the way down... I guess that flight of stairs from the Plaza of Devotion really is the only way up or down.
This looks like a flag, but I don't know what. Boop.
Huh? There's something hanging off the ritual curtain here. What the? Look at these prayer flags. These look like prayer flags from down at the Plaza of Devotion. Except they're arranged like no prayer flags I've ever seen. Oh,
That was my line, you butt!
sorry. Look at it again.
Except they're arranged like no prayer flares I have ever seen.
Are you happy?
Very.
How so?
All of these flags have been sewn together.
Hey, you're right.
I am not your child.
You just call me Mr. Lawyer. How do you know my name?
Because you introduced yourself at the trial, Mr. Lawyer?
Then why do you just keep calling me Mr. Lawyer?
Because I do not respect you.
Fair.
Fair.
Hey, you're right, but it's like they're one big banner now.
There is something written on a piece of it. Donated by Trust in Me. It seems this piece is from a donation Abut Imi made at some point.
Huh? Wait. Wait. They're called Trust in Me. Who's Abut in Me?
Abut is the title. Oh! Is like father in me. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. I was so confused when they were saying Abut in me. It's like I don't get it.
So could you tell me more about this Lady Kira?
As an outsider, I suppose your ignorance is all but unavoidable.
Whatever happened to you need but ask?
Nena! I'm like the old Brooklyn mother.
Lady Kira was the Holy Mother's younger sister. But unlike her older sister, she lacked the ability to channel spirits. However, it is said that none could equal her skill with the dagger. You need but ass. What are we, the Gmod recording?
A dagger? Well, this became relevant fast.
The Holy Mother guides our souls, and Lady Kira keeps the peace with her dagger. Lady Kira was prepared to die for her people. She cloaked herself in a sacred battle robe and concealed her face, as her sister did.
Okay, but who's she fighting against?
Throughout our history, we have been set upon by rebels. Now is no different. For our enemy now is the Defiant Dragons, led by that insurgent Dirk.
Is his name just supposed to be Jerk?
Yes! So Lady Kira
So, Lady Kira played a role akin to the police, huh?
Was the battle robe sacred before she wore it? Was around 100 years before her.
So, what's with the bird imagery?
Lady Kira's robe is fashioned in the likeness of a warbud. It is a fearsome bird that is unique to Kulrain.
I see. Holistic detective Dirk Gently.
No! No!
Inspector Gently. And their antithesis, Inspector Rough.
Gosh!
And what about the recent rebel hunter, Lady Kira? Who do you think she is?
I have heard about her, but I have yet to discern the truth. However, I believe her to be a vigilante, or more precisely, a patriot.
So even Princess Rafa doesn't know the true identity of the rebel hunter, huh?
Patriot. Always a fun word. Yep, especially when it's the Patriot Act. I don't even remember what that's about. Only two things pop up in my head is the Iron Patriot and the Patriot Act. So, that's my extent of the word.
That about does it for the Inner Sanctum. I should probably head back to the Plaza of Devotion and let Emma know I'm done. After all, she's the one putting her neck on the line for me to investigate this place. You are my companion now.
Yes, isn't it better than I'll be?
Let me think about it. I mean, he does have a bag.
But I'm the fucking princess! Treat me with respect!
Not if you keep yelling.
Please?
Better.
Do you think Rafa's Jets are Giants? It's gotta be the Mets. Always the Mets, baby. Does the royal family go Devils or Rangers? I don't know sports.
May 10th. Plaza of Devotion.
You know, I think this is where we're gonna cut it off. It's been about 3 hours. We got the green text. Mets and New York always has two major league teams, Mets and Yankees. So, yeah. Also, Nets and Knicks. The family is devout net fans, and when they hear Maya call Phoenix Nick, it's just like, you're a Knicks fan? You will be banished! You will be hung! You will be shot to death! You will be all of those things and sent directly to hell! Do not pass go and collect $200.
There's a go?
Of course there is. We have a monopoly on religion, so of course we have a go space.
Our daughter is a Jets fan. Where did we go wrong? We're a Rangers family.
Actually, I like the Philly Flyers. Sure, what? Alright, but I am going to cut the stream off here. It's been about 3 hours. Disowned. So, thank you all for showing up, and thank you all to the time travelers looking from beyond. This has been a good time. Bye-bye. You can see me next week, Monday, noon PST, for the continuation of this new case. Ha!